The Avengers radio series, a cultural phenomenon in South Africa back in the 1970s. South Africa was a country with no national television service. It wasn't until 1976 that the country would get its first taste of television broadcasts. But before that, radio was the primary medium of entertainment and information for the masses. This was the context when The Avengers, a British spy FI series, made its debut on South African radio and became a cultural phenomenon. The Avengers was a British television series that originally aired from 1961 to 1969. The show revolved around the adventures of John Steed, a suave and sophisticated secret agent, and his various female associates. The series was a unique blend of traditional spy thriller elements with science fiction and fantasy, which set it apart from other shows of its time. While the series was hugely popular in the UK and had also made a significant impact in the American markets, being one of the rare British series given a network transmission slot, it was virtually unknown in South Africa. This was primarily due to the lack of a national television service in the country until 1976. However, as a film series, The Avengers was able to gain some exposure in South Africa through film rentals. But it was the launch of the radio series that truly brought The Avengers to the masses in South Africa. Come and listen at www.myclassicradio.net. 21st Precinct, aka 21st Precinct and 21st Precinct, was a police drama broadcast on CBS Radio from July 7, 1953, to July 26, 1956. It was initially a summer replacement for My Friend Irma. The program was produced in cooperation with the Patrolmen's Benevolent Association of the City of New York and presented adaptations from true criminal records in New York. From the policeman's point of view. Historically, the 21st Precinct had been located near Gramercy Park in Manhattan, but in 1929 the department reorganized the precinct numbering, and the 21st designation was dropped from use. No such precinct existed during the show's run, nor does a 21st exist today. However, the fictional precinct's territory corresponds closely to that of the Upper East Side's 23rd Precinct as it has existed since 1929. Stanley Niss was the producer-writer-director. The role of Precinct Captain Frank Kennelly was played by Everett Sloan for the first 109 episodes and briefly in episode 135. During episode 109, Captain Frank Kennelly was promoted to Deputy Inspector and reassigned out of the 21st Precinct. He was replaced by Captain Cronin James Gregory, 1955-56, and Les Damon, 1956. Other cast regulars were Ken Lynch as Lieutenant Matt King, Harold Stone as Sergeant Waters, Jack Arissa as Sergeant Collins, and Santos Ortega as Lieutenant Gorman. The program's announcer began the program's opening each week. 21st Precinct. It's just lines on a map of the city of New York. Most of the 173,000 people wedged into the 9/10 of a square mile between Fifth Avenue and the East River wouldn't know, if you asked them, that they lived or worked in the 21st. Whether they know it or not, the security of their persons, their homes, and their property is the job of the men of the 21st. At that point the lead actor would complete the introduction. The 21st Precinct. 160 patrolmen, 11 sergeants and 4 lieutenants of whom I'm the boss. My name is Kennelly. Frank Kennelly. I'm captain in command of the 21st. Art Hanna, Bob Hill, and Hugh Holder were the program's announcers. The series was produced by John Ives. It was usually directed and written by Stanley Niss. Another source lists Niss as producer. Come and listen at www.myclassicradio.net.
Now don't go away, because next on CBS Radio's Comedy Time are those two zany characters of many characters, Bob and Ray.
And now, boys and girls, Bob Elliott and Ray Goulding present the CBS Radio Network. Well, friends, I think the first thing we should tell you about is the fact that the shield is gone. It lasted about one day.
That's right, boys and girls. Everybody was...
And a very prominent person at CBS walked into it, and that was the end of the invisible shield. It's gone.
We can't divulge the name of the person, but he was of sufficient stature to lead us to remove the glass.
Oh, it's not even glass.
No, it isn't really.
I don't know what it is.
You can see through it.
Is it? Plexiglass, Mr. Cabibbo says, but it could be.
Did Mr. Cabibbo install it?
No.
How does Mr. Cabibbo know?
Mr. Cabibbo was only conjecturing. But I think the two fellows who put it in took it out and put it on the eastbound side of the Grand Central Parkway. So that'll be a lot of
Well, you
laughs.
couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Well, they'll be able to tell soon, I guess.
I suppose. Well...
Mary, what's all this stuff you've dumped on the desk here?
Well, I don't think I dumped it. I put it down in orderly procedure and form because it has to be used in an orderly way.
How do you mean?
Bob, these are the parts of a new game that was sent down by the McTavish Game Company, and they wanted us to give it a mention.
Oh, they're wonderful game makers, certainly, the McTavish folks.
And,
we have introduced other games in the past years. I remember one called Duplication.
Yes, you
kind of swept the country
That's
there.
right, about 1952, I think
Yes,
we did that.
it did. What is this one called?
This one is called Have a Fun.
Have a Fun.
Mm-hmm. Now, here, if you use
Can
here...
we play it here, or is it going to take too long? Because we have a lot to do.
Well, I think maybe it would be nice if...
one round, maybe?
Yeah, we play it for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think that's the best way to learn any game.
Could I play too, Barry?
Sure. Any number can play. From 2 up to, I don't know, as many as you could get around the table.
What would be the simplest way? Have 4 of us play? Ray,
you
me?
play. No, don't get Ray, and he always cries if he loses.
He's good at games.
No,
though.
he cries.
All
so
right.
let's not use him. You and...
They.
Who are you, Wally? Yes.
How about Webley Webster? Sure.
No, you're not stupid, but you can
don't
play.
say that, Webb. You're not.
Okay, well, I always say that anyway.
Well, you don't need to.
Well, it's safer.
Well, we know.
People don't ask me for make any decisions when I come right out and tell them I'm stupid.
All right, well, you sit there at that side of the card table.
Okay.
And,
Sorry, now you use a regular, ordinary deck of cards. Except,
yeah,
you use all the jokers.
You just use the jokers?
Use them all, plus the other cards.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So you use them all.
Okay.
And then you use dice.
Shall I? Oh, all right.
The second we get these out. All right, now deal, Bob. You deal and
all
deal
right.
3 cards to each,
of the
all
players.
Right.
There's 3 for you.
No, not that way.
Not that way.
No, around.
Around. Okay.
Around. Don't give them 3 like that because it's so easy to.
All right, we've all got 3 now.
All right, now take these.
I've got 4. Your finger's a sticky ball.
Well, I'll close my eyes and take one.
Okay.
I'll put that back in the deck. All right, now do we all have 3?
I do, yes. I do.
I do. 1, 2, 3.
And I have 3. All right, now, Wally, you take the dice and roll it.
Okay.
Roll them.
All right. Right out this way?
Mm-hmm.
Out of this piece of velvet, huh?
Right there, yeah.
Right, okay. All right.
What's that? That's 6.
6.
All right. Now, does anyone have a 6 of clubs?
No, I've got 2 jokers.
I have.
Well, now you fish in the deck. Fish until you get a 9.
What do you mean, just keep going through the...
Yes, and you have to keep all those cards.
What's the jar of peanut butter for?
That's part of the game, I think.
Yes, that comes later. All right, now spin the roulette wheel, Webley.
Go ahead, give it a good spin, Webb.
All right. Go ahead.
Was it wherever... Did you get the card you were fishing for?
There's no little ball in the roulette wheel. Does that make any difference?
No.
Well, that's the way it's supposed to be.
That's
She
right.
told me that.
No, but you're supposed to put the 6 you had in there before you spun the
Put it in the
roulette
roulette.
wheel. Now all I need is a small comb. Anyone have a small comb?
I've got one here.
Thank you. I want to comb my hair.
Oh, I thought that was part
Well,
of
how
the game.
could you use a small comb
No,
in
that's
a game?
silly,
Honestly,
Wally. You wouldn't use that in a game. All right, now, who plays next?
I think it's me, isn't it?
No,
Well,
it's my turn.
Clockwise, it would be
Now I
mine.
take the putty knife
Yeah.
and I dip it into the peanut butter jar,
Mm-hmm.
and I hold back the edge of the putty knife and aim it towards the ceiling.
All right.
Now,
Sit back. Good shot.
Well, wait, land it down on me.
Fell off.
All right, Webley, you won because he had the 6 right. He got the peanut butter, and he spun the roulette wheel.
Right.
I don't know much more. I don't think we're playing it right.
Well, maybe you need to read the rules.
I think I better.
It seems like it's kind of
I'm sorry, but anyway, it's a nice game, and the kids will love it.
And it's called Have a Fun, made by the McTavish folks. Always can be counted upon for good games. Thanks for showing it to us.
Entirely welcome.
And we'd like to remind you right now of one of CBS Radio's daytime shows for people who stay home before dark, Art Linkletter's House Party.
That's right. You haven't lived if you haven't heard Linkletter's Kids panel.
Those tykes sure come out with some funny material, don't they?
Oh, the dynasty. Knee slappers. But here's one of my own. The other day I was standing at a street corner, and this little lad came up and he said, you'll love this. Cross me, mister?
Well, that's right. A friend of mine was telling me about his little girl.
Yeah.
See, she woke up in the middle of the night. This is a straight story, as funny as it may sound. And she said, right out of a clear blue sky, said, Daddy, give me a drink of water.
Oh, where do they dream up those things?
Well, you know, out of the mouths of babes.
Oh. Ooh, what were we talking about?
Art Linkletter's House Party. Here at weekdays on CBS Radio.
Oh, mercy.
And now, chocolate cookies with white stuff in between them brings you another episode of Lawrence Fecthenberg, Interstellar Officer Candidate.
It's late evening in the cell occupied by Lawrence Fecthenberger and his companion Mug Mellish at the Interstellar Space Academy Hospital. Convinced that they will never be released until they can prove they saw little people on the planet Polaris, Lawrence and Mug plan to make an escape. As we join them, we hear...
All right now, Mellish.
Yeah.
We need your full cooperation this time.
Well,
If you're going to do any sneering, wait until we get out of this place.
Okay, Fecthenberger, hold up on the sneering.
Here's the plan now.
Yeah.
Jet Ordway. She's
She's your girlfriend, ain't it, Fecthenberger?
She's my betrothed. She is waiting out by the pad.
Yeah?
And she has...
Wait. I think I hear a guard walking down the hall.
1 o'clock and all is well. Still sneering at 1 a.m., Mellish. Oh, boy.
I'm sneering in my sleep, guard.
Come over here, will you, guard?
The plan goes into effect now.
Yes? What did you want? Why didn't you go to sleep, Fecthenberger?
It's that cell across the hall, guard. Turn around.
Oh?
Okay. I got our keys, Lawrence.
Okay, open the place. Get out of
Boy,
here.
that worked neat. Nobody else woke up.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's hurry up. Darn, there would be a full moon. It's like mid-noon here.
Yeah, but if we work fast.
All right, stay in the shadows. Right over to the launching jet.
Jet.
Yes.
Oh, Jet.
Yes.
Here we are. We broke out.
Okay. The ship's all ready to go.
Okay.
Hey, look, when we get aboard, let's eliminate the 10 count. Let's start at 5, go right down.
Yeah, that'll make us faster.
We're in a rush.
Come on up these steps.
I can't go with you, boys. Sorry.
You can't go, Jet?
No. I'd like to. I'll try to cover your tracks as best I can.
Sure, that's going to discourage Lawrence a great deal.
We'll be back. All we're going to do is go up to Polaris, get one of those little men, and return, Jet.
Yeah, we'll prove to the Dean that we really seen him the first time.
Stand fast. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Blast off.
Good.
And so in an effort to prove that they really had seen people on the planet Polaris, Lawrence and Mug make away with one of the Space Academy's rocket ships and head again for Polaris. sure and join us in our next episode when we'll hear Lawrence say,
Hey, look at the back of the moon. It's not so good, huh?
in the next exciting episode of Lawrence Fecthenberger, Interstellar Officer Candidate. Now, important news about fast relief for cold miseries.
Bob, you know that kind of news is always important, especially when it comes from four-way cold tablets.
Here's Stuart Irwin, star of stage screen television.
Hello. Ask any actor. One thing we have no use for in the movies is a nasty cold. Who wants to go on the set with muscles sore, head throbbing? I need fast relief of cold miseries.
What do you do for it, Mr. Irwin?
I always take four-way cold tablets. Then I feel better quickly. Four-way is the fast way to relieve cold distress, even of bad virus colds.
That's true. Clinical tests of all the leading cold tablets proved four-way fastest acting. In minutes, four-way's exclusive formula speeds wonderful pain reliever into your bloodstream and all through your body. In the same time, the other leading brands showed no trace of pain-relieving medicines. None of the other leading cold tablets, only four-way, started so fast to relieve all these cold miseries.
Relieves muscular pains, headache.
Reduces fever.
Calms upset stomach.
Also overcomes irregularity. Today, get four-way cold tablets, the fast way to relieve those nasty cold miseries. Four-way, only 29 cents.
It's a real pleasure to welcome back to our Bob and Ray CBS microphones the Interbureau Coordinator of Administrative Procedure for the Northeast
Just
State.
a second, Bob.
Yes.
Look, Hap, I don't think we're going to let you sit down. Will you use the stand-up mic, please, because we don't want that chair moved again. Oh,
He's already sitting down. The Coordinator of Interburo Administration, Mr. Clyde L. Hapwartney. Clyde, it's a pleasure to have you
Bob,
back here.
I'm Ray. I want to thank you and the Columbia
Running into a great
Radio
deal of difficulty.
Network
Hap,
for making
Hap,
available to me in
our
my
time is running
free
short.
radio.
If you'd speak into this microphone, the stand-up mic.
Oh, boy.
Well, let him go anyway. Can you bring us up to date on your...
I want to thank you and the CBS Radio Network and all its affiliated stations for making available to me in my office this free radio time.
Well, now, you have been coordinating the administrative interbureau activity for the Northeast states now for several months and going into the fall fiscal. And I wonder if you could bring us up to date on what the field representatives have turned in the way of information.
I'm glad you asked me that question, Bob. They have turned in very important information that will be up to my office now to collate and to put into graph form and to send it to the proper office in Washington, D.C.
Just time for one more question, Hap. Have you discovered what the proper office is, the address to send the information thus collated?
Yes, Bob, we have finally found where that goes.
We've heard from Clyde L. Hapwartney, Regional Interbureau Coordinator of Administrative Decisions for the Northeast States. We'll be looking forward to another report come next quarterly.
We'll have a preview of something Bob will say on tomorrow's show in 10 seconds. And now here's Bob with his preview.
We're a little late, so we got to say so long, folks.
Until tomorrow, this is Ray Goulding reminding you all to write if you get work.
Bob Elliott reminding you to hang by your thumb.
This is the CBS Radio Network.